Hi, so I went raking through my late grandmother's recipe books and I came across a recipe that I remember having. It's for ginger biscuits, and I remember going to my great auntie Millys house when I was a little girl, and she would have always made these ginger biscuits, and sometimes you would shatter your teeth on them and other times you wouldn't. And I've just found her recipe, so I thought, let's give it a go. Now it calls for lard. I had some lard in the fridge, so that's what I'm using. I see no reason why you can't use white vegetable fat, like Trex and Crisp and Dry. I don't see any reason why you can't do that, but I'm going to have a go, see if it works. So I have got, now it was all in pounds and ounces as well, obviously, because my Auntie Millie was born in about 1910, so there you go. It's a very old recipe. What have we got? So we have got 4 ounces or a quarter pound of lard, which equates to 113 grams. So I'm popping that in my pan because we want to be melting that lard. Lard! Lard biscuits. Whilst that starts to melt, I'm going to put in here my 11 ounces of flour, which equates to 312 grams. And then I am also putting in my sugar, which is quarter pound or 4 ounces of sugar, which equates to 113 grams. I have got 2 large teaspoons of ground ginger. Now I buy mine from the like the World Food aisle and such like, or when we go up to Chinatown in Newcastle, I buy it from there as well, so I get quite a large bag of the ginger. So nice. So we'll pop that in there as well. So like I say, 2 large teaspoons of that. And didn't use my regular teaspoon measuring spoon. I used one of these because that's what Auntie Millie would have used. She would have just used one of her big teaspoons. And then we also need 1.5 teaspoons of bicarb, so bicarbonate of soda, plus a little vinegar. So I'm assuming that we will put the vinegar in at the end. Don't know. And then I've also got, now it calls for oatmeal. I just googled it, and apparently oatmeal is the same as our porridge. However, I don't ever remember it having like big bits of porridge in it. I always do remember it having little bits. Now this is oatbran, which I do have. So I'm using oatbran, which I got from Tesco's a while ago. How much is this of the oatmeal? 5 ounces, so 141 grams. So that's going in as well. That is nearly melted, that fat. One of those days today. And then I have also got 8 ounces or half a pound or 226 grams of golden syrup. Oh, that's not a good thing. Okay, be careful guys. Now I did use a little bit extra lard and grease this bowl just so it would come out better. It would come out a lot easier. I think because it said to warm the syrup up, so let's just turn that off. I wasn't expecting that to happen. It bubbled up a little bit and it scared me. So I'm going to make a well in the centre of my bowl. See if you can see that. Again, wet to dry. So I'm just going to pour the whole lot in. Your guess is as good as mine, and it says it needs to be a cool oven. Now, I had a look, and a cool oven apparently is gas mark 1, which equates to 110 degrees C. So all I'm doing here is mixing this through. Now, before it gets too stiff, I am going to add a little bit of vinegar, which I know will be for the bicarb. So I'm guessing on about maybe 1/4 teaspoon. Who knows? And then it says to roll them into marbles. Now, what size marbles are we thinking? The ones that are about 1 inch big, or are we thinking about the, you know, the great big massive ones? Obviously, most kids these days probably haven't experienced marbles. Smells nice and gingery. So, right, that's slightly warm, but it's not too bad. So I've got 2 trays greased again, and I use the wrapper off the lard. I'll just move that up there because that's still a bit warm. So let's go for maybe walnut size. Now, I'm guessing there's going to be quite a bit of spread with these. I always remember them being, I mean, well, actually, I remember them being about that big, but obviously, they were the size of my head. But thinking about they were probably about that big. So, about the size of how wagon wheels used to be when you were a child. That's about the size they used to be. So I think I'll do I'm going to do for it 12 or 9 on a tin. I think I'll stick with 9, just in case they're like really spread out. So I'm going to pause this whilst I get these all put together and see how they go. It's a bit small. Alright, back in a moment. Hi there. So 18 equal sizes, and there's probably enough left for maybe another 9. So into my apparently cool oven. Yeah, so I'm kind of on gas mark 1 there. Doesn't say how long to bake for. So I'm guessing, what should we go for? 12 minutes. I'll have a look at 12 minutes and see what they look like and take it from there. Okay. Got Jay to lift these out. There's my back sort. So they look like proper ginger nut biscuits, don't they? quite large. It smells amazing. So I ended up, here's the second lot. I ended up putting them in for probably about half an hour. I gave them 12 minutes on one rack, like on one height, and then I swapped the tins over. I did another 12, and then they had another, actually turned the heat up a little bit to about gas mark 2.5-ish, and gave them another 3 minutes, well, another 6 minutes, but 3 minutes on the top, and then I swapped and gave another 3 minutes. So 12, 24, oh, press that button. So they've had 30 minutes in total. Probably is way too long, but who knows? Ooh. Me, Marbury would be happy, I think. I know I am. I'm sure we'll find out what they taste like very soon. So again, I am transferring them onto my wire rack to cool entirely. So they don't go soggy and such like. Let's just switch over. Oops. And there is enough mix left. I've made 10 of the same size, and I just put them in the fridge. So I am going to transfer those onto the tray, the ones that are in the fridge, and bake them off. Let me just turn this page over. So I don't know if you can see, but this was my Nana's book. And it's from when she did, she went to domestic science college in the 30s, in the 1930s. Yeah, it will have been. And then she went into nursing. National College of Domestic Studies, Buckingham Palace Road, Southwest 1. How lovely is that? So yeah, so it's very, I did have to try hard to find it, but I found the recipe anyway. So yeah, I'll let you know how they go. Take some photos later. All right, enjoy. Bye.